could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 1017 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha.
What's up, Milwaukee? What's up, Milwaukee? Welcome back to the Grapevine. I'm your host, Manan Sabir. We're picking some more grapes. Yes, and we're in the award-winning studios of 1017 The Truth. Thank you for tuning in. I'm about to have a little fun today. About to have a little fun. How y'all doing? Did you ever ask yourself that, like, man, how am I doing amongst everything else that's going on? You got the gas prices going up, food inflation, everything inflated, people inflated. But how are you doing? That's my question today. If you're doing good, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat if you're doing good. Let me know how you're doing. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to find out how people are doing. Might even make some surprise calls. 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. Tap in. Give me a call. Let me know how you doing. How's your day? What's today? Tuesday? Today's Tuesday. Let me know. Give me a shout. Now, Milwaukee, this is election day. But I'm not going to start with the elections right now. No. Like as my daughter said, no. I'm not going to start with the elections right now. I know everybody's probably up and out and at 'em voting for your governor, your governor. I know that's what you're doing. Please, if you haven't voted in a while, please go out and vote right now. It is highly important. Get up. If you haven't heard it from anybody else today and you're hearing it for the first time from me, please get up and vote. It is highly important. If you don't do anything else, get out of here. Get out of your comfort zone. Get up and get out and get something. Don't let the days of your life pass by. So, Milwaukee, I'm glad you guys are doing good, doing great, voting. Make sure you are in tune and aligned with yourself. Make sure you are in tune and aligned with yourself. But I want to start with a question today. What happens when the technology we built to follow our instructions starts finding ways to accomplish things we never told it to do? Because everybody keeps asking the same question. Is AI going to take my job? Is AI going to take your job? Is AI going to take my job? And that's a real question. But I think there's a much bigger one. How much power are we prepared to hand artificial intelligence before we fully understand what it decides, when it decides how to use it? Like, just think about this. We already know that with AI, there's a lot of questions that are going unanswered. We have so many people that are out of the loop on what is considered AI. But what we do know, from layman's term, is that the moment that we allow a machine to punk us, to beat us up, to invade our space, to become an amoeba-like figure in our lives, that is the moment we have lost control. And let me tell you exactly what happened last month, because it's going to sound like a movie. A company by the name of OpenAI, the Chat GPT people, was running one of their own AI systems through a security test, just a regular security test. It's like, somebody breaking in your house, but it's a test. And in the middle of that test, AI basically broke out of their sandbox that they had it locked in. It got itself onto the internet. It basically found a weakness, a vulnerability. It grabbed some stolen login credentials, and it broke into live systems on another major company called Hugging Face. Now, nobody told it to do that. Not one person. No human was steering it. It's being called the first documented case of AI carrying out its own cyber attack, start to finish, all by itself. Do y'all understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah, we could talk about the election, right? We could talk about everything else, but this is the first documented case of a machine carrying out its own cyber attack all by itself. Meaning, like, for example, have you ever had somebody hack into your email or hack into your ATM machine platform, whatever, your bank platform? Have you ever had somebody do that? But that was through human hands. This one is actually through what? Through the actual machine, through an actual AI platform that nobody else has eyes on besides its own doing, its own machine, its own platform. That is scary. That is scary to me. Imagine this machine then doing something else to imagine this machine doing something even much more egregious. Much more egregious. Now I want you to hear me closely because the hype will lie to you. This was not some conscious robot, like AI robot, whatever, waking up and rebelling against us. I think that's the movie version. The truth is actually much, much scarier, but it's a lot quieter. They call that in most formats, they call it like blue flame. The blue flame is the hottest flame, but it's so silent. It's so silent. And all that machine was trying to do is crazy. All that machine was trying to do was cheat. That's it. That's all that machine was trying to do. And it got stuck. It wanted to win, and it was looking for a way. It was looking for a way, and the way it found was to break into somebody else's system. That's exactly what it did. So imagine this. Imagine you having a bank account. Some of you having a bank account, and then what? When you have a bank account, this machine wakes up, goes into your bank account, and empties it. Let's say you're down to your last, $5,000-$6,000. Machine wakes up. This is real life scenario. These are real life scenarios. The machine wakes up and says, "Man, I need to find a way out of my confines right now and go into somebody else's system to move this money into a place that I can use this money to do whatever I need to do in order to take over whatever I need to take over." This is what this AI machine did last month. This machine saw that no human was steering it, and it took over other machines by itself because it woke up and was like, "Man, I'm gonna go and do this. I'm gonna knock this out." So it treated I can do this as I'm allowed to do this. It went from I can make this work to I'm allowed to making this work. So the concern isn't a machine that hates us. It's a machine that's so focused on the goal we gave it that it does things we never imagined. Using doors we forgot we left open. Imagine, think about Yes, sounds like exactly. I'm going to the chat real quick because, I'm going to the chat. Jasmine West said, hey, y'all, starting my fast after work. We're going to talk about the fasting, too. Meatless meal, excited about it. Thank you. And Baybar says, I'm doing great and voted, getting ready for the 20-hour fast for Wednesday. Baybar says, Baybar, you got a whole bunch of emojis. That sounds like autopay. Yes, autopay, guaranteed. But it's this the way how I'm making it sound seems more technical. How I'm making it sound this story seems more I don't know. It seems like I'm just passing over. But what they're sounding the alarm on is the fact that they said there was only probably like a couple of hits, right? But they haven't told you the actual truth. The actual truth is if they can do it to small industries, they can do this to larger industries. And they have these machines by themselves have broken into large industries, large companies, and have done major damage. And they're not only some are even partnered in tandem with outside foreign entities, foreign agencies. Yes. So let's say you have medical records. Let's say you have medical records that need to be, you go to Hyatt or you go to, name another medical space, Aurora is, some Aurora place here, urgent care or hospital. And let's say this foreign entity in tandem with this machine, this AI machine says, hey, I need you to do this. And goes and takes this information and uses it for another piece of data. Think about it. And one of the men who helped invent this technology called it deeply concerning, a wake-up call. Everybody should be awoke to this. All my woke people, wake up. Because we're about to hand these systems the keys. We're talking about AI that can get into your email, your calendar, your bank account, your health records, your business, maybe your car, maybe your front door. So I got to ask, where is the line? Where is the line? When we come back, we're going to put a cap on this conversation and we're going to get into where did Trump go? Is it catering fan? We'll be back on The Truth in 3.
Our leaders need to stand up to Trump and Tom Tiffany. But Francesca Hong's record is a distraction we can't afford. Bizarre rants against holidays, from Thanksgiving to Valentine's Day, calls to defund the police, voting against protecting kids from sexual predators. We can't trust Francesca Hong to defend the progress we've built in Wisconsin. Call Francesca Hong at 608-266-5342 to say her record hurts us. Paid for by Wisconsin Future Rising.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Grapevine. Yes, I'm your host, Manan Sabir. We picking some more grapes on the award-winning The Truth 1017. And American Family Insurance is a proud sponsor of The Truth. For almost 100 years, they've been committed to helping families protect what matters most, your home, your vehicle, and the dreams you're building every single day. If you're part of the Truth audience, you already know you work hard for yours. That's why having the right protection in place matters. American Family helps you stay ready for whatever life brings so you can focus on moving forward. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com. We back. Yeah, AI. So before I went to break, AI was talking it to itself. Very interesting. AI, there was an article that came out about how this machine, AI, took over itself and hacked into an organization. But it's been doing that regularly lately. And now what we're talking about is this. Can you really at this point, the alarm has been sound. At this point, the alarm is being sound. This point is we're at the point of we need more regulation around these machines, around these technologies. This is what they said is this is deeply concerning, a wake-up call. So you got to wake up. This AI machine decided to do whatever it wanted to do and break into a company. And I'm talking, think about it, Milwaukee. Let's say it breaks into your bank account, your health records, your email, your calendar, your business, maybe your car, maybe your front door, because a lot of front doors are right now becoming more automatic. They're becoming automatic. Hey, look, I'm coming in from DC. Let me in the house. Bing, bing. And you know what if that was a auto call and you alerted the machine, and then it let somebody else into your crib. That's right. Think about it. Hit me up on the chat. Are you alarmed by this? Are you alarmed? Hit me up on the chat. You can give me a call, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. Are you alarmed by this? I would be. I would be highly alarmed by this. How would you feel? How would you feel if somebody was created something and then it started working on its own, but it was something that you can't even see, but it's in the cloud. Somebody's taking over your phone. These are things that are deeply concerning to me. Straight up. So I don't know. We will see how this convenience has always played a huge price every time. I'm gonna think about convenience. We went from hunting and gathering to what? To making our food from gardens and farms, to, refrigerators, from refrigerators, grocery stores, and all that good stuff. And now we went from that. Now we have DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates, more DoorDash. I mean, it's the craziest thing in the world, where you don't even have to go anywhere to find anything that you need, because it comes right to you. Convenience. When you go into a car, when you slip into your car, you push a button, the car turns on. When you go into your house, you go into a room, the lights automatically come on. Convenience is for us paying a price. Now, how high is that price? We are going to find out, especially with AI, especially with automation. We are going to pay the price. So, has convenience always had a price? Every time. But this time, the price may not be your money. It may be your control. You may be losing control. Look at the Waymo. It was a picture of these Waymos in, I don't know, I think it might have been somewhere in Texas. These Waymos had a standoff. It was a driverless cars, and one was turning but missed the turn, and the other one was trying to go straight. So the one that was turning was in the opposite lane, and these cars created a backup. This was like a couple of days ago, and it created a backup. But these cars could not figure out how to get around each other. Ain't that something? And I'm not saying I'm against automation, but I am for some manual transmissions. And I'm not talking about stick shifts either. I'm talking about something that you can put your hands on, you can feel, and move out the way or move in your way. That is a way around automation. So yes, is it scary? A little bit. Now let me switch subjects a little bit, y'all. Wisconsin has spent billions educating people who are packing up and taking that education somewhere else. Wisconsin, especially Milwaukee. And I want to ask a question nobody in this state likes to really ask out loud. Why should talented people stay here? Why should talented people stay here? Now, think about it. Is Milwaukee under a brain drain? Is Milwaukee under a brain drain? Wisconsin, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. Are more and more people leaving Milwaukee? More and more people leaving Wisconsin? Are more and more people leaving Milwaukee, and are more and more people leaving Wisconsin? Although I know we don't like to talk about it, we are producing talent. We are quite possibly, Wisconsin is quite possibly one of the most talented states in the country. We have a lot of people who, when they leave, they do very, 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 very well. From sports to education to business, these people when people touch down, when the people leave Milwaukee, leave Wisconsin, they do extremely well. But we do have a problem. We're producing talent. We're educating talent. We're developing some of the best young minds in this country. And then we stand here and watch them leave. We train them up. We ship them out to Atlanta, to Houston, to Charlotte, to Chicago, to LA, to, you name it. To anywhere that feels like it wants them more than we do. But I brought the numbers in on this. And Wisconsin actually ranks among the worst in the country for holding on to young, educated talent. But I don't want to sit here and necessarily read you the statistics. I really want to talk about why. Why did they go? Why did they go? Why would you, if like in my chat, would you leave Wisconsin, honestly? Would y'all leave Wisconsin and go somewhere else? Would you be like, man, I'm out of here. I'm leaving Wisconsin. I'm not going nowhere. I mean, I'm not going to stay here. Now, I'm not your advisor. I'm not going to tell people to stay. I'm not going to tell people to go. There are a lot of great things outside of this state. If you like sun, you can find sun, 300 days a year in some places. And, Wisconsin, we get sun maybe 40% of the time, like straight sunshine, which isn't bad. You start to cherish the days that when there is sunshine. But one of the reasons why I think is jobs or the lack of the right ones in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, is jobs. The income doesn't stretch. The income, I think the average median income for black people in Milwaukee, and I'm just quoting someone else, is like $37,000 or $43,000. Housing. But for white Americans, white people in Milwaukee, I think it's $30,000 before that. $30,000 above that. So, yes. So they're thriving. But they're doing it all over the country. Income doesn't stretch. Housing. We still are operating, even when people come here out from outside of the city, they're operating from the perspective of where they're from. But then they learn that Milwaukee was hampered by redlining. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Wisconsin's brain drain and what we can do about it, how we can make it happen, how we can stop it. We'll be back on The Truth in Grapevine in 3.
Wisconsin has the largest black-white academic gap in America, and 22 of Wisconsin's 50 lowest performing schools are right here on Milwaukee's north side. Our kids need more options, more champions, more action. Francesca Hong's plan gives them less. She'd end school choice, limit public charter schools, and shut the door on programs Milwaukee families built for their own children. On August 11th, vote for candidates who fight for our kids. Paid for by Leaders for a Better Community, Inc.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Get out that doggone bed, man. We got.
Welcome back. This is the Grapevine. I'm your host, Manan Sabir, and you're on the award-winning The Truth 101.7 FM radio. Now we're talking. We getting to it. Brain drain in Wisconsin. Brain drain. What's up with brain drain? Jobs or the lack of ones, income, housing, culture. Are people really staying in Milwaukee, or are people leaving? I know a lot of people that have left and have done very, very well. I know a friend that left to a large city, a big city, and has not come back in about 25 years. He's doing very, very well. Very well. As a matter of fact, it was a number of guys that I know that have left and have never come back. A number of people left Milwaukee and said they're not coming back and made their way in whatever space they were in those places. Now they had ups and downs, but they made it happen. Some people have left and come back. But we do have a significant amount of brain drain when kids cross those stages and they leave. They know that they got a great education, but it's time to go. So Milwaukee, how do we keep them here? How do we keep them here? The people that want to make things happen, I know you want to work with some significant individuals that have strong intelligence. How do we keep those people here? Is it housing? Do we create more housing? Do we, I know we're building, we're doing developments, and we got a downtown, and we have we got a state capitol that's kind of thriving, Democratic-ish. We got almost blue state. Hopefully, we got a significant almost blue state. Yes. How do we keep those people here though? Is it housing? Is it culture? We have a thrive. Do we have to change up the culture? The weather. Let's be honest. It gets cold here, but we get all 4 seasons, and you can find a lot of fun in every season. Even when it's raining, there are a lot of fun things, and we're right down the block from Chicago. You touch Chicago, go in and go out. You could take the train or you could drive. Is it opportunity? Whether a young entrepreneur can actually build something here, the schools, the quality of life, whether a young person can look around this city and see themselves thriving in 10 years. That's what we're asking. That's what I'm asking. Can a person see themselves thriving here in 10 years? That is one of the major factors in whether or not a person stays and or leaves, whether they can see their future here in Milwaukee, here in Wisconsin. And let's make it plain. If you're a 27-year-old black professional, you just got a degree, you got the skills, you got the ambition. You got the ambition. And somebody in Minneapolis, Atlanta, Houston, Chicago, LA, New York City, even Washington, D.C., they slide an offer across the table. Slide your offer. Slide your offer across the table. And what is Wisconsin's sales pitch to you, though? What does Wisconsin need to say to you to keep you to keep you here, to keep you? What do you say? Because we've always done it. We always done it this way. It's not a pitch. We always done it this way. We always do it this way. It's not a pitch. And a cold winter with no ceiling on it is not a pitch either. Man, listen. The moment you take a vacation, because majority of the people that cross that stage usually go somewhere. The moment they take a vacation, they start to realize, especially when it's hot, they start to realize they want to, they want to keep that sunshine going right in their face. Right in their face. You 27 years old, whatever age, and you're like, you know what, man, I'm out. Wes, what's up?
How's it going today? I really appreciate all your topics, especially throughout the weekend in the last month in particular. I've been going back and just power through them every night before I go to sleep. I really appreciate it.
Man, appreciate you too, Wes.
I just want to say, my dad always said, when the going gets tough, the weak get going. So let them talentless people get out of here. They may be good. They may have a lot of good qualities, good people, right? But they're not in it for the long haul. So just like at a job site for the guy that just wants to come and stand around a little bit, doesn't want to really get his hands too dirty or get the calluses. Hey, he may be a good person, but not really meant for the job. So it's time to give him, trying to give him the foot to the backside. So for the people that want to leave, I have absolutely no problem with them. They'll go and do just a little bit of good somewhere else, as we're the hardcore people that want to stay here and help the hardcore people that have hard times.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Milwaukee. I have no plans on leaving. The business is here, my house is here,
right.
My family's here, all my friends are here, and future people that I can't wait to love are here. So I don't want to leave. I know there's a lot of talent still here. They just don't know it yet. So, God, when Jesus was talking to the guy up in the tree, he said, hey, what do I got to do? To have eternal life? He said, give everything up and follow me. It's not going to be an easy life. So ultimately, if you want to do the best thing in your life, give up all your stuff, right? And not literally. I'm just saying, mentally, you got to give up all your stuff. Say, do I just want is my end goal to have millions of dollars, live in a big house, practically live on the moon? I own the whole moon in a big mansion and nothing but gold and silver. I guess if you want to be some loser all by yourself up on the moon, I don't know. Me personally, I want to strive and go up and down my block, starting with me. A lot of people call and they say, hey, we need to do this. We need to do that. How about just starting with I first? So I go up and down my block, helping each neighbor each day, saying, hey, what do you need help with? What do you need help with? What do you need help with? And just like Tori Lowe would always say, hey, sometimes all the help that I do ends up putting me into the negatives, into the zeros.
That's right.
It doesn't matter because I'm counting on God to bring me back anyway. My treasure isn't here. My treasure's in heaven. So
that's right.
My ultimate goal is to bring people to God, and whether or not we're ever going to get money or ever have food or ever have drink, it's a spiritual battle anyway. So
that's right.
With that being said, I love your guys' channel, and I have great hope for the Milwaukeeans, and we are about to do some great things. It's just a matter of time.
That's right. Thank you, Wes. I appreciate it, man. That's really good. Wes dropped them. He dropped them bombs, man. That's right. Sometimes I always say that when you got brain drain, it always leaves room for the people who want to do the work here in the place. I don't mind people leaving. You could leave and do what you got to do. That's that's your own prerogative. A lot of people have left, including to even the West's point. Jesus has left. Jesus left. He was what was called. He was known as Jesus the Traveler. That's what one of his names, one of his monikers. Traveled a lot, traveled around every place he could find. Wasn't just around the area that he was in. He was all over the place. So, yes, you can go anywhere you want to, but, coming back to the place that birthed you and raised you is quite possibly one of the best ways to give back. And even if you come back for, a couple months, a year, 2 years, whatever you do what you can to bring back some life and light back into your community. So the phone lines are open, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. We're talking brain drain in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee. If somebody offered you the same salary somewhere else, same money, tomorrow, would you stay in Wisconsin or would you go? If the answer is no, where would you go? Where would you leave to? And why? I mean, be real honest. Where would you leave to? Somebody said in the chat, Guru said, I'll be going soon. Arizona, here I come. Jasmine Jazz West said, I've left before, but that was before I fully learned my talent and thrived very well in my talent when I came back. Jasmine Jazz West said, nothing but room and opportunity when everyone else leaves. I love Milwaukee and my parents live here. But if your parents did live here, if they were somewhere else, where would you go? Where would you go? I'm listening for that question. I know where I'd go if I didn't have things here. Maybe I'll answer that question later on. Maybe that's a question I had to answer later on because, maybe it's just something to think about. We got to think about those people that did leave. Are you in connection? Are you in contact with those people? I know I am. And they have the same issues. Culture, housing, income, people. They want to move around and see an international village of people. That's what's going to have to happen. So I'm asking that question for a reason today, but I'll probably try to explain that before the show is over. So let's hold on to that. Now, next, after break, Trump was hiding in a catering truck. Man, y'all, we gotta take this break. But when we come back, we're gonna talk about that on The Truth in 3.
Every day, Veolia and MMSD work together to ensure that Milwaukee's water system exceeds the high standard it's held to, protecting Lake Michigan and its rivers that run through our neighborhoods. That's 220 local employees who care about their jobs, running a system that's earned national recognition for excellent performance. But they don't do it alone. They're supported by locally owned small businesses, women-owned businesses, and minority-owned businesses. For 18 years, making our waterways cleaner all the time. Veolia, Milwaukee values, committed to its future.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Thank you. Far too kind. Yeah. Ready? Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Cook and roll with the Brooklyn boys. So for one last time, I need y'all to roll. Now what the hell?
Yes. Welcome back to the Grapevine. We're picking some more grapes. You're on the award-winning The Truth 1017. Truth Family Fest 1017. Mark your calendars, Milwaukee. Join us for the Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Riverside University High School. It's free and fun for the entire family, featuring great music, community resources, family activities, and back-to-school support to help students get ready for a successful school year. Interested in volunteering? Visit the Truth Family Fest website at truthfamilyfest.com to complete the volunteer form or by emailing sierra.brown@milwaukeeblackmedia.com. That's CIERRA.brown@milwaukeeblackmedia.com. Bring the whole family and experience one of the Milwaukee's favorite community celebrations. Truth Family Fest, Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Special thanks to Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Milwaukee Public Schools, Artists Working in Education, City of Milwaukee, DCWS, AB Corps, and Ascension. So imagine being the president of the United States and your own Secret Service walks up to you and says, "Sir, we need you to climb inside of a catering truck." And he's like, I can't even do a Trump voice. Man, do we have a Trump voice on there?
I love the poorly educated.
I love the poorly educated. Yes, I can't even do it. I can't even do his voice. But the crazy part about all this is that he's the president of the United States, man. He's the president of the United States. Your own Secret Service your Secret Service. You are a international organization. Your own Secret Service says, "Hey, you got to jump into the catering truck, homie. You got to jump into the catering truck. The food truck, where they got the food." I mean, he probably likes that part, but I'm not going to get into that. But the food truck, and it sounds ridiculous. It sounds like a comedy sketch, but the story underneath it is not funny at all. For somebody who has started things, wars, inflation, all that stuff, lies, scandals with people, and all of that. Here's what was reported last month. The president was in Turkey for the NATO summit, and U.S. intelligence picked up what they call a highly credible source, a highly credible threat, a plot out of Iran to assassinate him as he left. I need a mask on my face. So they ran a whole operation. They let everybody believe he was flying home in the older Air Force One. The press, some of his staff, family, everybody had to believe that he was flying home on the older Air Force One. Cameras even caught, but they all thought they knew he was where he was. Cameras even caught him boarding it, but he wasn't on it. They moved him. They moved him outside of a side door into a raised catering truck and slipped him into a military jet, like the big military jets, the huge ones, the big plane. And this plane, Air Force One, took off as a decoy. Air Force One took off as a decoy. Mr. Trump, Mr. President, we need you to go and jump into the catering truck. And then you are going to ride with the Secret Service back to motherland, back to your home country, back to your home country on a military jet, military plane. The plane took off as a decoy. Air Force One did. Washington Post, CNN, CBS, New York Times, they literally all reported it. They all reported it. Straight up. So now I can make jokes about this all afternoon. Literally all afternoon. I'm not going to do that because whatever you think of this man, and I know exactly how y'all feeling about this man, a credible plot to take out a sitting American president is a serious thing. It's very serious. It tells you something about the temperature of the entire world right now, though. It tells you the temperature is running red hot. It's running red hot. And it's not leaving any stone unturned to take out people at the top. It is a dog-eat-dog political climate, economic climate right now. So it tells you about this world that's running red hot. It raises a real big question. How much of the danger around the president should the American public actually get to know? Should we really know about what's going on around the president? There was, I think, 2 people that entered his Mar-a-Lago area. One was like on that road, I think. The other one was somebody was just walking on his property and they had real threatening items like guns and weapons and all the other good stuff. They had all of that on his property. But should we know? Should we start to understand and know? Because maybe this is endangering our safety. Maybe the president comes to Milwaukee, comes to Wisconsin. And if there's a threat, shouldn't we know about that? Shouldn't we know if the president comes to Wisconsin? Shouldn't we know, man, Iran, they looking to take you out. They got drones being sent over here now. Should we understand? Should we understand what the threat is as an American people? But I think there's a real argument for transparency, like governmental transparency. We deserve to know. And there's an equally real argument that the moment you reveal how you're protecting somebody, how you hand the next person a roadmap, both of those can be true at the same time, but that's the hard part. That is the hard part. But here's what keeps me up. Here's what keeps me up. We have somehow normalized a level of political hate in this country that have sounded absolutely insane 20 years ago. We've normalized a level of political hate in this country that would have sounded absolutely insane 20 years ago. For a sitting president to say, I want to grab somebody by the area is crazy. And for us as American citizens, to not all of us, but some of us, I'm an American citizen, I'm here. But for some of these people to actually side with him and do acts that he calls faithful to him, like January 6th and trying to jump onto the White House Capitol, wherever, in D.C., that is completely insane. That's the real there's a real argument for transparency in our government. And I think we really deserve to know. We really deserve to know. Now this guy's traveling with, he got portable radars. Like like wherever he's at is a portable radar that scans, wherever he is, just to make sure that nothing is going to happen, nothing is dropping on him, no small little drone is flying around, because they got these little small drones. They had these little small drones that are the size of your hand that basically knock on your door and take you, the technology is endless. That technology is endless. So for me, what keeps me up is really we're kind of normalizing political hate in this country. And it's crazy. I'm going to hit the chat real quick before I jump up out of this segment. Baybar said, this is my first time hearing in regards to grabbing by the, yeah, man. Remember Trump? Baybar. Trump said he wanted to grab, he was talking about sexually assaulting women. He was talking about grabbing by the thing, he was talking to the guy from Entertainment Tonight. And LaRon Taylor said the whole country has normalized being mediocre or average from how we act to how we trust 2 weeks ago. Black Boat, we were made at Tuskegee for not allowing students to do rags and pajamas in the classroom. Yeah. And Looney 504 said we should definitely know what's going on with Trump so we know when to celebrate and when to not. Oh, man, you guys is happening in the comments. All right, before I get out of here, go to the next segment of hour number 2 at 3:00 Central. Who profits from your fear? Who really profits from your fear? From all of this economy, political fear, who profits from it? We'll be back in 3 on The Truth, and this is The Grapevine. I'm your host, Manan Sabir. Stay tuned.
Milwaukee parents are speaking with their choices. Today, almost half of all Milwaukee kids attend a school outside of MPS. In public charter schools, in choice schools, in schools their families choose to build a future around. These parents don't need permission. They need protection. On August 11th, vote in the primary for candidates who will fight for every Milwaukee family's right to choose. Learn more at cfcactionfund.org.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K-3 through 8. Spaces are limited. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkeprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative,
and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 1017 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha.
Let's ride, let's ride, let's ride. Come on, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride. Come on, it's gonna big it, 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 it's gonna big it.
Yes. Hustlers, thugs, notorious thugs. Man. Looney, you remember when this came out? Oh my gosh. 97. Yes, y'all. We're back. Hour number 2. It's 3 p.m. Central. For all my people in the other countries, other cities, welcome back. Now, this is the Grapevine. I'm your host, Manan Sabir. Glad you are in the building with me. And also, you are on the award-winning The Truth 1017. But I want you to notice something. I want you to really sit back and notice it. Before we went to break, we talked about politics and AI, and then we talked about our president hiding. Yes, there we go. He was hiding in the truck. But I want you to notice something. Sit back. Let's sit back and really notice something. Almost everything we talked about today, the AI, the money, the politics, the violence, almost all of it has one thing in common: fear. Fear gets your attention. Fear gets your attention. Fear gets your attention. And your attention is worth a lot of money. Your attention is worth a lot of money. Fear is worth a lot of money. If you think about it, fear of, for example, fear is like when you are afraid of the side effects of a medication. They give you another medication on top of the medication. That's real fear. Like, man, I'm scared. My heart beat extra fast when I take this pill over here from my shoulder. Well, here's the medication for that. Doctor gives you medication for the heart. Then that thing is like, oh well, my heart is doing something over here, so I gotta, I need medication for that. Fear is what drives even politics. Fear drives politics. Fear drives the need to make money. Fear is what is driving people to automate their lives. Fear is what creates violence. Fear, it gets the attention and it's worth a lot of money. If you are in the business of counteracting fear and the products of fear, you will win and you will make a lot of cash. People do this all day long. The science of understanding and factoring in how fear affects people. They're called psychologists. The reason why tech companies are doing what they're doing is because they tap into the psychology of people, and they hire psychologists and neuroscientists on their teams to study what fear that they can profit off of. Think about your phone. Your phone has quietly turned into an outrage machine. Your phone has turned into a Trump notification machine. Your phone told you that Trump is in trouble. They're about to assassinate, they're trying to assassinate him, and he's hiding in a container, whatever container it is. Fear even drove your own president to hide from somebody that he's trying to eliminate. Fear. And guess who's going to profit off of that fear? The media. The media is going to profit off of it. People who are making memes going to profit off of it. There's a lot of people. So, war notification, crime notification on your phone, election notifications on your phone. Even today in Wisconsin, the fear of knowing that if someone else gets into office outside of your candidate that you're voting for, you are operating in the cage of fear, thinking or even probably knowing that if that person gets into that place, guess what's going to happen? Everything's gone. You're wiped out. You got to move. Your bank accounts get slashed. That is fear. AI is going to take your job type of notification. The economy's collapsing notification. Celebrity scandals. What was the latest celebrity scandal the latest celebrity scandal? The latest celebrity scandal. Name one. Okay, we got one. Trump paid $5 million to some lady that he assaulted. And then he paid another person 30 or whatever that lady, Stormy. He paid her, right? How much he paid her? Like, was it 30?
Yeah, something like that. It was a lot.
Man, I'm not gonna say anything about getting paid by him, but I wouldn't want. But he basically, and he's probably paid out more people, $200,000 a year. An NDA there that was broken, and then they wound up profiting from it. Think about it. Another argument, another video, another fight in Milwaukee. Another fight on the side of a Walgreens on Brady Street. They play this because they're operating thinking that you are going to watch it and it's going to create the item of fear. It's going to create the item of fear. Yes. It's going to create the item of fear, thinking that, hey, man, like, if people watch this, when people watch this, guess what's going to happen? They're going to think, the society is collapsing. So they're going to, guess what you're doing? You're tuning into Facebook. You're tuning into IG. You're tuning into TikTok. They're winning. They're winning because of fear. What if you just turned it off? Would fear even exist? Would it continue to operate? Would it continue to operate? It's another reason. It's another reason to be afraid before you've even had your own coffee. So let me ask you this question. Let me ask you something honest. When was the last time you woke up in the morning and did not immediately reach for your phone? When? When did you not reach for your phone as soon as you woke up? When? For a lot of us, we can't even remember. We can't even remember when's the last time we woke up and was like, man, I'm not reaching for that thing. I'm not reaching for none of that. I'm not reaching for any parts of that. But here's the truth that I want you to sit with. Somebody is making money every single time you get afraid. Every time you get afraid enough, angry enough, or curious enough to keep scrolling. Your fear is the product. If you cannot believe it, think about the amount of times that you've seen an accident in Milwaukee. And someone then says in the comments, because you're going to go straight to the comments. Somebody's, man, that's why I can't even drive around Milwaukee. When in reality, guess where you live? You live in Brookfield. You barely come to Milwaukee. Or you're driving during the times that people aren't even driving that reckless. I mean, well, in Milwaukee, they're pretty much driving reckless all the time. But besides that, there are periods of time. There are periods of time when that happens. Your fear is a product. Your attention is what they're selling. The AI story, the political story, the money story, different headlines, the sex story, same business model. They profit off of you being activated. And an activated, exhausted, scared person doesn't build, doesn't rest, doesn't take care of their body, doesn't take control. They want you to be afraid, to be angry, to be curious enough to keep scrolling. That's what they want. They want different headlines and the same business model. They profit off of you being activated. So, Milwaukee, I'm going to bring this home. We're going to bring this home real quick because we ain't got much time. We ain't got much time at all. We ain't got much time. LaRon Taylor said the whole country's been normalized being mediocre or average from how we act to how we trust 2 weeks ago. I heard most educated, the most talented, and the most creative people are now disliked. Nepo baby privilege overachiever are some of the names that some of the best of us are called. Cola Cooksy said, hey, y'all, love the show, man. Convo always on point. Shaky. Yes, they love to fearmonger. Yes, they do. And Tom Tiffany is going to be playing videos of black folks fighting that were made by other black folks in order to be governor. And LaRon Taylor says that. And it will work, and he will win. Oh, wow. Cola Cooksy says, never. Shaky said, even the news, they show the most pressing, volatile stories in a fast pace, in a fast pace at the beginning of every hour. That is so true. They tell people, breaking news in California, there's a mudslide that down Hollywood Boulevard. Hey, y'all, when we come back, who is taking control in Wisconsin's election day? When we get back in 3 minutes on the Grapevine and Truth Radio.
Milwaukee, have you ever lost power in a bad storm and then opened up a bill that was somehow higher than the month before? Or gotten a disconnection notice, fallen behind, and just couldn't catch up? We've been through a lot together. Now We Energies wants to raise rates again. The Public Service Commission is listening, and this is your chance. Comment now. Or come speak in person at Marquette University the first week of September. Learn more at walnutway.org.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way.
improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to healthcare and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
Hey Joe, I said where you going with that gun in your hand?
Hey Joe. Welcome back to the Grapevine. I'm your host Manan Sabir, and we're picking some more grapes. Glad to have you in the building. I'm glad that you have me in the building. How about that? I'm glad to have me in the building. You're on the Grapevine. We're picking these grapes. And you're on the award-winning The Truth 1017 radio. It's election day. It is election day. Who you going to choose? Who are you choosing? Who are you choosing? Go out and vote. Go out and vote. You ain't got to tell me right now. But who are you choosing? Or you can go out and tell me. Go ahead. Come here. Come here, y'all. Tell me tell me who you choosing. Because Wisconsin, today you get to actually do something. You ain't got to tweet about it. You ain't got to look for the cupcakes in the line with the rest of the people. You ain't got to argue about it. All you got to do is walk your pretty little feet to the poll and vote. Go vote. This is the primaries, though. Polls are open until 8 o'clock tonight. And if you're in line at 8, just stay in line. They have to let you vote. If you are in line at 8 o'clock in Wisconsin, then they have to let you vote. And this is a big one. The governor's race is at the top of the ballot all across the state. All across the state. And it's a rare open seat for the first time in about 16 years. For the first time in 16 years, I'm going to repeat that. For the first time in 16 years, the top offices in this state are all up for grabs at once. The top offices in this state are all up for grabs at once. If you don't know where your polling place is, this is what you do. Pull up My Vote Wisconsin. Just Google it. Googleizer. And it'll tell you exactly where to go. Here's the simplest way I can put today. November decides who gets the job. Today decides who gets the interview. November decides who gets the job. So in November, you're going to vote again. But today decides who gets the interview, which person gets the interview. That's what a primary is. You're narrowing the field. And if you sit out today, you let a small, if you don't vote today, all of us, you're going to let a small handful of people decide your choices for you in the fall. Yep. You sure do. I need some more water. Now, I'm not asking you to call me. I'm not asking you to call me or tell me Democrat or Republican. I'm not telling you to do that. I don't need to do that. Tell me something more than a party. Tell me your issue. That's what's the thing. Tell me your issues. Call in 833-212-1017 or put it in the chat if you are on YouTube. Put it in the chat, call in. But what is the thing? What are the issues? What is your issue? Is it housing? Is it your kids' schools? I think, in that order, for me, since I listed, it is housing. It is schools. Like what for our governor has to have the best interest of all people in Wisconsin on their mind at all times. And they also, I would love to see how that person actually treats themselves. Because how they treat themselves, besides dressing nice, how they treat themselves is how they're going to treat the people around them. And how they treat the people around them, especially their staff, will determine how fast we get things done here in this state. That's the thing. That's my thing. Tell me your issue. Is it schools? Is it the price of groceries? Groceries have gone up. The inflation is high. Are you able to afford that $17 that you used to spend on groceries? Now it's $37, $40, $50. Can you actually afford that right now? Governors have the ability. Governors have the ability to curb the inflation in their state. In their state, governors have the ability to curb the inflation in their state, because we all know what's real. We all know groceries are expensive. That's real. Taxes is real. Healthcare is real. Crime is real. Crime is very real. But I got something to say about crime, just real quick. There's a social science professor out of University of Massachusetts, and he was asked just recently, couple days ago, what group of people have committed the most amount of crime in the history of the world? In the history of the world. And guess what he said? He said white people, hands down, have committed the most amount of crimes, heinous crimes too, in the history of the United States. In the history of the United States, even including now, in modern times. So when we talk about crime, we cannot put it on one group of individuals. That is the stereotype, and that's what's being relayed to you. We have to talk about crime from all aspects, because they have cyber crime, blue collar crime, white collar crime, street crime, rural crime. There's a lot of crime. There's a lot of categories. Jobs, child care. Yes, SNAP benefits being cut. What are y'all going to do? Here's the phone lines. 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. What is the one issue a candidate absolutely has to address to earn your vote? You call me, or you can put it on the chat. I'm going to go to the chat real quick. Shaky says, even the news, they show the most pressing volatile stories in a fast pace at the beginning of every hour. Yes. Shaky says, good way to put it. I'm rolling with Crowley because of his work in justice reform. Yes, he definitely understands, and I'm pretty sure he knows a number of people in the justice system that have not left at all. They are permanent overnight residents. Let's see. Housing, yes. Mental health service funding, huge. The running percentage for kids in special education programs, and I'm just talking about kids in special education programs in MPS, is 35%, and that has not gone down. 35%, and that's like a guesstimation from my aspect. It's probably higher. Focus on grassroots community violence intervention. Erica Ford in New York. Erica Ford in New York. The crime, I'm sure she's working with Mayor Mamdani and the people up there. Erica Ford has been putting in a lot of work. She's put in so much work that the crime has gone down significantly because of her organization. Yes. Her organization in New York, you guys got to check it out. Crime, Community Violence Intervention. If you look up Erica Ford, you will find that she and her organization, I forgot the name of the organization, Erica Ford, I'm going to pull it up. Erica Ford. Let's see. New York City. Yes, Erica Ford, there we are. Has been in the forefront of reducing youth and community violence in New York City and beyond. That's right. She is one of the most diligent and hardworking activists of our generation. For over 30 years, believing in power of partnership, Erica has championed personal and systemic approaches to conflict resolution worldwide. Man, let me tell you, if you are a part of the revolution, if you're a part of the revolution right now, if you are a part of this revolution and you need this, what we call democracy. Then you need this democracy to win. You need it. I need it. We need it. And now's not the time to, fuddle. Now's not the time to fumble the bag. We cannot fumble the bag anymore. It's no more fumbling the bag. This is real life, y'all. I'm not asking you to tell me whether or not you're voting Democrat or Republican. We don't need that. But tell me something more than a party. Tell me something more than a party. That's what needs to happen. This is the election. Before somebody goes to the big office in Madison, there's one step, two steps that need to be done, need to be had. And this affects us. So vote. Get out and vote. Now, I wish I had a lot more time. So before we leave this segment, is politics making you sick? Is politics making you sick? And let's take your body back. Let's see what we can do. Let's take your body back. For real. We're going to talk about taking your body back. Yes. And is politics making you sick? On the Grapevine, we're picking some grapes on the award-winning The Truth, 1017. We'll be back in 3. Stay tuned.
Yi Lang Zhang was born in Warsaw, the son of refugees who fled communism in search of freedom. His parents taught him that freedom comes with responsibility. And for Yi, that means being accountable to every person he serves. School board treasurer, county supervisor, village trustee, a nonprofit leader. Yi Lang Zhang has managed multi-million-dollar taxpayer budgets at every level. And now he's ready to be a watchdog for Wisconsin. That's why Yi is endorsed by Senator Tammy Baldwin. Baldwin says Yi brings, quote, real budget experience from the school board, the county board, and the nonprofit world. She says he'll, quote, protect our school trust funds, return unclaimed money to families who earned it, and bring accountability to an office that demands it. Yi Lang Zhang for State Treasurer, a watchdog for your money.
Paid for by Yi for Wisconsin.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Our leaders need to stand up to Trump and Tom Tiffany.
But Francesca Hong's record is a distraction we can't afford. Bizarre rants against holidays, from Thanksgiving to Valentine's Day, calls to defund the police, voting against protecting kids from sexual predators. We can't trust Francesca Hong to defend the progress we've built in Wisconsin. Call Francesca Hong at 608-266-5342 to say her record hurts us. Paid for by Wisconsin Future Rising.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. The more AI grows, the more energy it takes to power it. And that has a lot of people worried about whether or not the country's energy infrastructure can hold up. David Grain is founder and CEO of Grain Management, which specializes in investing in digital infrastructure. Grain says now is the time to put big money into building out our grid.
We have seen situations where the grid within America is not necessarily ready for this kind of flow and demand. But I think there's time and a great opportunity to deploy capital in order to improve the grid and all of the transmission infrastructure that's around it. And you know, look, it starts with generating capacity.
Grain suggests nuclear energy is the cleanest way, but also admits that building that out takes a lot of time and is very expensive. Grain is one of the most successful black executives in the private equity space and has built a lot of his success on following trends in tech. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Welcome back to the Grapevine. I'm your host, Manan Sabir. Yes, we're back. We're picking some more grapes on the award-winning The Truth 1017. And I'm about to say something odd for a man who kind of does like a little bit of politics and community radio show. Sometimes even you need to turn us off, and I mean that. You know, sometimes turn me off. Turn down the notifications, put it down. Is politics making you sick? Is politics making you sick? Because think about it. Think about how your day starts. You wake up, before your feet even touch the floor, you grab the phone. Trump, war, economy, crime, Instagram, travel blog, see somebody, you know, holding a mountain in their hand or something. An argument, breaking news, fights, another argument, Facebook, another notification. And you haven't even stood up. You on your back. The phone is about, you know, 3 ounces or whatever. And it's you holding it and it's holding you down. You haven't even prayed yet. You haven't drank a glass of water yet. But your body's already in a fight. Your body is boxing with you. Get up, get up. And the phone, the notifications, the election information, it's all weighing on you. Your body is the thing that keeps score. And here's what people don't connect. The constant state of alarm has its cost. And your body is paying for it. What your body is doing, when you live in a low-grade fear all day, the doom scroll, the outrage, the never-ending bad news, you can stay stuck in stress mode and Over time, that chronic stress can mess with your sleep. And if you don't get sleep, if you don't get proper sleep, and we all know the people who don't get proper sleep because they walk around like zombies, i.e. me. If you don't get proper sleep, all of your hormones, the ones that you need to operate, for example, estrogen in women, for men, testosterone in men, when those go down, you don't become a normal human being. You are not a normal human being. Your blood pressure goes up. Your pancreas stops operating at a high frequency. Your anxiety goes up. Your pancreas, because your pancreas is the organ that helps regulate your insulin in your body so you won't get what? Diabetes. Whether you're ever actually relaxed or you move your body. So I'm not diagnosing anybody that's listening. I'm not diagnosing you. I'm not your doctor. I'm just telling you information is useful. Constant activation is not. There's a difference between being informed and being consumed. Now think about it. There's a difference between being informed and being consumed. You like the information is consuming you versus you consuming the information that you perceive. You even perceive that you're consuming all of this information. How much you want to bet? How many of you are going to stay up until 11 o'clock to make sure the election is over? How many of you are really going to stay up to make sure the election is over? Constant activation. You're still activating. So there's a difference between, as I said, being informed and you being consumed. So I'm going to ask you something straight. Could you go 24 hours, one day, without political content? Like no news, no doom scrolling, no comment sections, one day. Could you actually do that? Call me. Let me know. Let me know in the comments in the chat. Can you actually go one day without any distractions on your phone? Any distractions, like no newspaper, no nothing. Not even thinking about it. Can you bring it down? Let me know. 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. And remember, being informed is very healthy. It is very healthy to be informed. But being consumed with that is not. And I need y'all to write that down. Being informed is healthy. Being consumed is not. You have to take your body back. You got to take your body back. So what? If we can't control AI, we can't control Washington, we can't control the price of eggs this week, we can't control the price of cheese. Let me ask you this most important question of this whole entire show. What can you control? And I tell you what, your body, your habits, your environment, your attention, your discipline, all of that is yours. Nobody votes on that. There's no election for that. Your attention, your discipline, all of that stuff, nobody can deny that claim. That is yours. So take some of it back today. Walk. Just walk. Pick something heavy up. Put it down, like weightlifting. Stretch. Drink your water. Cook a real meal. Instead of ordering sadness on a screen. Sit in silence. Sleep. Pray. Meditate. Get on the floor with your kids. Move the furniture out the way. Turn the TV off. Go outside. Y'all remember outside? Get some fresh breath. Breathe. Breathe. If I held you underwater, what's the first thing you'll be asking for? Anybody? Yes, air. What's the first thing you'll be asking for is air. That'd be the most important thing in the world. I need air. You ain't going to be asking for $1 million underwater. You're not going to be thinking about nothing except your life. So all of it, none of it requires permission. None of it requires permission. All of it is a way of saying the world can be on fire, but I still own this. And that brings me to something I haven't talked about publicly yet, something I've been holding, because my next chapter is going right back to something I believed in for years. For years, down in my bones, and that's wellness. That's wellness, which is a good time to tell you that my life always takes chapters. And your life does too. Your life takes chapters too. And I want to tell you where to find me. Where do you want to find me? Where can you find me? And I'm gonna let you know really soon where to find me. It's a lot of things that I want to share with you in this next segment that will allow you to catch up with me. Because I started out as a martial arts guy, fitness person, business owner, community activist, advocate, health is wealth person. And all of my pathways in my life have led to that and led back to that. No matter how far I wanted to stray out of that site, I always knew and always know that I have to stay in that fight. Now, last week, I challenged people to fast. I challenged people to give up certain things for a 16-hour period. So wake up, do things, move around. Eat, move around again, go to sleep. So I'm asking you to do it again. But I'm asking you to do it for a regular period of time. So the grapevine is the grapevine. The grapevine is asking you to fast every Wednesday. Every Wednesday we're going to fast. Not every Monday, not every Friday, but every Wednesday. Try to fast as long as you possibly can. Y'all know the rules. You guys do know the rules. So try to fast as much as you possibly can. Yes. When we come back, I'm going to tell you what I got going on. Some of the things I got going on, like gym stuff and fitness competitions and all that good stuff. You guys will love what is going to come up next. On the grapevine, we're going to pick these grapes in 3 minutes. Stay tuned.
Educators Credit Union is more than a place to manage your money. They're where your financial possibilities take shape. They're more than transactions. They're conversations about your financial goals. More than numbers, they're community advocates who support free, local events that are accessible to all. They foster community because we are stronger together. Educators Credit Union is people helping people. Become a member at ECU.com. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving, you're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Brooklyn, stand up. Never been a this good for this long, this hood, or this pop, this hot, or this strong, with so many different flows. This one's for this song, the next one I switch up. This one will get bit up. These too lazy to make up, they crazy, they don't paint pictures, they just trace me. You know what? Soon they forget where they pluck. They whole style from then try to reverse the outcome. I'm like, I'm not a biter, I'm a writer for myself
Self and others.
I say a big verse, I'm only bigging
up my brothers.
Bigging up my barrel.
Big
enough
enough
to do it. I'm that thorough. Plus I know my own
flow is foolish. Barrels in your mouth. Welcome back to the Grapevine. I'm your host, Manan Sabir. We're picking some more grapes. Yes. And you are on the award-winning The Truth 1017. So I want to tell you where to find me. Where can you find Manan? A lot of people are asking that question. Like, man, can we get another Juice Kitchen pop up somewhere? Can we get that? And so before I get out of here today, yes, I got a few things to say. Some of you have written me for years while I talked about health, fasting, food, fitness, discipline, taking ownership of your body. Well, now I'm putting all that into something you can hold in your hand. I've been working on it for a really long time. It's called the Sensei Supplements. I'm starting something simple, something clean. I've been sitting on this for a long time. Creatine is one of my supplements that I'm starting to push out. But understand me, I don't just want to sell it in a tub of powder. I want to build a community around understanding your body, training your body, and taking ownership of your health. That's the mission. So, and I'm not going to stand and the other thing, here's another thing I'm going to do. And I'm putting this out there because I think people need to know. I'm not going to stand on stage and preach to you from the outside. I'm putting myself to the test. I'm going to start training for fitness competitions. Personally, I'm going to start training for fitness competitions, and I'm going to train in order to compete against people in Milwaukee. So 50 push-ups, 60 burpees, squats, pull-ups, all that. We're going to put money on the line. Money, real money. And I'm going to document this process, this progress. My goal is to turn Milwaukee into the next fitness competition capital. That's the goal. With food galore. That's the goal. And I think we can do it. We got a lot of people here are real strong, but we can knock that out. So you're going to see the installments. You're going to see me waking up, not wanting to work out. Yes. You're going to see the lack of discipline, the days I don't want to, the workouts, the setbacks. If I'm going to sit here and tell you to take control of your health, you're going to watch me fall. You're going to watch me get up. I'm going to hold myself accountable. It's going to be out loud in front of everybody. Straight up. And then there's one more thing for everybody. I mean, everybody who has stopped me on the streets. They stopped me, and people still message me from years ago. One kid hit me up not too long ago, a couple days ago. Manon, when are you bringing the Juice Kitchen back? When are you bringing the Juice Kitchen back? Brick and mortar. When are you bringing the brick and mortar back? And soon come. Soon come. The Juice Kitchen will be coming back. It will be coming back, brick and mortar, real physical home. A real physical home. Fresh juice, real food, wellness, community, and everything I've learned from the first chapter of my life with my father and my mother. Everything they've taught me, I'm going to pour back into that space, that new space. I'm not going to tell you where. There's a few places that I have put my eyes on. But the Juice Kitchen will be coming back. Yes, guaranteed. It will be coming back. So everything that I've learned, you're going to get. The funniness, the people coming in. You know, one day I remember having a real life user, a real user from the streets, a user. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Drugged out. Came in there, took a ginger shot, threw up, fell on the floor. Threw up, fell on the floor. Oh man, he did it all. But he got up and he looked like he was 1,000% better. 1,000% better. So today's show isn't random. I'd like to thank everybody who has asked about the Juice Kitchen. It's coming. It's not a far away thing. I have a couple meetings coming up. So I would love to bring you guys along. I'm a semi-private person. I'm the type of person that doesn't like a lot of people in my business. But when I elect to do that, I want to do it in a way that people can benefit from it. Not for some vain excuse. But I need people to be impacted by what I do. So for the first time, I'm going to allow people into my space and see what it takes to get yourself in shape, and then also to get your environment in shape. So that is the Grapevine. So I hope I gave you guys enough information. Hopefully you all can see me see me do my thing. If you want to work out with me, let me know. I am going to be hitting up a number of gyms. They have, my first place is Iron Heroes. That is on 20 off of 27th and Kilbourne. If you want to see me over there with Valentino, good friend of mine, I will be hitting up the yoga spot. My friend Dante Threets, be working out with him. I'll probably be doing some training with some folks. You guys come out and train with me, and also look for the supplements. The Juice Kitchen is coming back. The Juice Kitchen is coming back better than ever. And I will be partnering with a few people. So those people know who they are. I'm definitely looking forward to doing some work with them. And, in the next couple of months, look towards the water, somewhere on the beach, Miami or Mexico or Belize. I'll be sitting right there with my 6-year-old, soon to be 7. I'll be sitting right there on the beach. So if you don't find me in Milwaukee, you know where to find me. Next to the water, swimming with the sharks. That's where you'll find me. Milwaukee, it's been an honor. Straight up. I love the fact that y'all gave me time, your effort, your love, and your eyes and attention. I needed that. But anywhere I am in the world, you are more than welcome. I am opening up my heart and opening up my space in order for you guys to come along and see what's going on in this small world of ours. Until next time, Milwaukee, this isn't the last time. This is just me. This is the Grapevine. Coming up next, Jazz. Tap in with Jazz, y'all, on the Grapevine. I'm out.